Hello friends, welcome back to my lecture series on design of worm gears. Today we are going to see the force analysis of worm gears. So before proceeding to the actual force analysis, there are some assumptions made that need to be specified first. First assumption is worm is a driving element while the worm wheel is a driven element. Second assumption is worm has right hand threads. In numericals, you will get you will get the data about the hand of worm. So in this case, I am assuming it is right hand threads. The next assumption is worm rotates in anti-clockwise direction. So this gear data will also be provided. So uh, after considering these three assumptions, let us proceed to the actual force analysis. So in this force analysis, I am going to indicate suffix 1. I am going to give suffix 1 for worm and suffix 2 for wheel, as you can see. And worm gears are at transmitting power at 90 degree. That means it will produce or it will generate three components of forces, namely PT1, that is tangential component of worm, PA1 axial component of worm, and P1R or PR1 as a radial component. So these three components belongs to worm and similar three components will be there on wheel. So only orientation and directions will change. Okay, so we'll move on to the actual analysis. If you look at this three-dimensional figure, you will find that at the bottom there is a worm and at the top there is a wheel. So viewing direction is from A and it is rotating. As per our assumption, the worm rotates in anti-clockwise direction. So it is rotating in a anti-clockwise direction. So when it rotates in anti-clockwise direction, P1T or PT1, that is tangential force, will act on worm, which is opposite to the direction of rotation. So this is a reaction produced by wheel on worm. So the direction is like this. Next, both the forces PR1 and PR2 are always towards the center and they are like this. And axial force which is acting on a worm. So for this we need to use thumb rule. As you see, the worm is right-handed, so use your right hand and finger should be pointing towards the direction of rotation, that is anti-clockwise, and thumb will indicate the direction of axial force. In a similar manner, if PA is in this direction on a worm, then PT2 will be in this direction, which is equal and opposite to that of PA1. So axial force which is on worm will be tangential force on wheel, and it should be in the direction of rotation. It should be in the direction of rotation. So this is all about the directions. If you look at in two-dimensional setup, this is front view and this is side view. Front view, side view. Front view and side view. And as per our assumptions, the threads are right-handed and it rotates in anti-clockwise direction. So when you look from this side, you will see that the worm is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. So to restrict the rotation, there is one reaction is created by wheel, which is P1T. So it is like this, and or we can say two forces, radial forces, they are always towards the center, P1R and P2R. And rest of the force, that is axial force, you have to use thumb rule, right hand thumb rule, because the threads are right handed. So right hand and finger should be in the anti-clockwise sense. You will get the direction of P1A, which is opposite to that of P2T. Okay, so next analysis is, so after combining all these three forces PA, PR and PT, you will get the resultant as equal to P, and which is in a three-dimensional space. So this resultant force P is making angle alpha with, we can say, horizontal plane, and this alpha is a pressure angle. At the same time, if you talk about an horizontal plane A, F, B, E, there is one force which is called as normal force. This is temporary force. After all calculations, we are going to replace this. So this force is making angle gamma with, we can say, horizontal or axis of the worm. So that is again a lead angle. So using these two triangles, so you can see they are drawn separately here. We can say that PT will be equal to P cos alpha sin alpha. Alpha is pressure angle and gamma is, we can say, lead angle. So PT is like this, PA is like this, and PR is like this. As we know that worm and worm wheel are not a rolling contact pair. Most of the contact is sliding contact, so there will be some friction, and this resultant force P will be opposed by a frictional force which is in the direction like this, mu into P, and the angle which is made with the, we can say, normal is gamma, this angle. Okay, so again this frictional force can be resolved into two components, mu P sin gamma and mu P cos gamma. So we can use these two components and we can add into this by superimposing like this. So as we know that PT is equal to P cos alpha sin gamma, PA P cos alpha cos gamma, and PR is like this, and in this PT this component will get added, mu P cos of gamma. So you can see PT will be equal to P cos alpha sin gamma plus P mu cos gamma. P is taken outside. A similar way, PA, there will be again a superimposition, but you can see the PA direction and mu P sin gamma directions are opposite, so sign is minus, and in a similar way PR1 is P sin alpha. So these are the three components, and other three components can be presented by equal and opposite. We can say direction, magnitude will be equal, but directions are different, as we have already seen. Okay, so in this case PT can be determined using external power, kilowatt. So as we know that power is equal to twice pi nt upon 16 to 10 raised to 6. From this you can calculate the torque, and torque, as we know, it is equal to PT1 into D1 upon 2. From this you can calculate PT, and once you know PT you can calculate PA and PR. So how it is possible? You divide this PA by PT, P will get cancelled, and you will get one formula in terms of PT. In a similar way, you divide PR by PT1 and you will get another formula like this, sin alpha divided by this term and into PT1. So you can calculate PR1. So in SPPU examination, these types of questions are asked for 12 marks. So you are expected to do the magnitude calculation of PT, PR and PA for worm as well as for wheel, and you have to draw a diagram which shows all the directions properly. So practice all these questions because these are very important questions. So you have to draw a figure like this. Okay, like this you can draw a solution figure. So this is all for today. Thank you.